Howdy folks, welcome back to Vintage Story. It's a beautiful rainy day here on the 2nd of May, and we're going to go on a sailing adventure. The ice has finally cleared from Kerbo Bay here. So I think the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to sail up here, and I'm going to go through this little passage. Here it is. We're going to see what's over here. That's the plan. I'm also going to stop off at the trader up here. As far as I know, this is the only trader because we're playing Homo Sapiens. I think it always spawns a trader near your spawn. I'm not sure why, but in my testing, that seems to be a thing. And of course, I haven't found any other traders anywhere else. So as far as I know, that's the only trader. But I'm curious what he has for sale and if he'll buy anything. So I've got some feathers and some gears. We'll see what, if anything, he wants to buy. And also, before we head out, I'm going to feed the animals. And I had a comment about feeding the rabbits, and you are right. You do have to feed the rabbits. I don't know why, but I thought I had read on the wiki or the handbook that the hares or rabbits were the one thing you didn't have to feed, that they would just breed. But that's not the case, so I don't know if that's changed or if I'm just remembering wrong. But at any rate, I'm feeding them some carrots because, you know, rabbits like carrots, I think. And they do go for them. As soon as I put them in, they start heading over that way. So they are eating them. We're going to feed the chickens, and then we're going to set sail. The garden's coming along nicely. This stuff, like the carrots, I think are ready. I'm just going to let them sit there. They should be fine, I think. Chickens are doing quite well. So while we're out sailing around, I want them hatching out more of those eggs. And the little chickies are going to grow up and turn into chicken soup. That's the idea anyway. Throw the carrots back in there. I've already got some food and stuff in the boat ready to go. I did remember to bring my prospecting pick. I put the other rat lines on the boat, and I think we're ready to set sail. Top in here. So I've got, yeah, a bunch of food. I brought the raft just in case I want to do a little exploring and it was too shallow or whatever for the boat. Too narrow or something. I brought a bunch of wine. I got some honey. I got a couple sealed crocks and then some charred carrot pie and some turnip pie. So we're all set for food. Should be no problems there. How do we move? That's the question. I'm not moving. Do we have to do something now? They changed the way the sailboats work? Anchor's not a thing, right? I appear to be stuck. I can't even get out. That's interesting. Yeah, I'm just stuck in the boat and I can't do anything. Oh, there we go. Oh, they popped out. What was that all about, game? Is there another piece of ice hiding under here? No, we appear to be free. Weird. I just can't move. Okay. Let me get this figured out and I'll be back. Alright, I think I got it. I forgot there's actually 2 seats back here. I was sitting in the passenger seat. I thought this was just one seat. Yeah, we're good. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to do this. A lot of games you scroll out the view with the mouse wheel. Not this one. Whee! Alright, we do have a little bit of ice to contend with. But it's mostly clear. And the ice kind of tends to stick around, especially in the choke points, which is pretty realistic. So that's cool. Can I sneak through here? That would be a... Sort of. You can sort of sneak through here. I really wish you could stand in the boat, but you can't. There is no standing in the boat. Sometimes you can get out of the boat. Oh, there we go. Alright, I'm gonna have to swim over here in this frigid water and bust my way clear. Might be a good use for the raft. Unfortunately, like I said, you can't stand in the boat. Let me get my raft and my paddle. I might have to just break my way out of here. I'm hitting shift, and just every once in a while you can actually get out. Okay, on the raft, it's a lot easier to break the ice. Done a lot of this. Clearing my bay out so I could get the raft out through it. So let me get a channel clear, and then we will set sail. It's just going to be a lot of this. Alright, I think I have a passage clear. We can get out of here. Raft was super handy for that. Let me see if I can get over here on this ice cube behind here. Will it let me hop off on there? That would make this easy. Come on, let me off the raft. There we go. Alright, and then is it shift to pick it up? Yep. Alright, set in that seat. Put those back in there. Perfect. We're going to reverse the sailboat. Eventually you'll have actual sailing mechanics. That's the plan. For now it's just WSAD. Makes the sailboat go. So while we have that simplified mechanic, we'll just zoom on down the river here. Now there are mods. I don't remember what the mod was called. I used it in my last Homo Sapiens playthrough. It was a sailing mod, and it worked pretty well. So I imagine we'll have mechanics like that eventually, but since we have the sailboat in the base game now, I wanted to just use that. So here we are sailing along. I'm going to sail on up to the trader, and we'll pick up there. Lucky for me, I can sail right through the cattails. But you can see the trader up there. Also, I put a lantern on the boat. I stole the lantern from the path in front of my house. Waiting on some flax to make more candles. I've got a bunch of plates made. I've got plenty of the clear quartz and glass. Just waiting on a wick. So I thought we might want a lantern on the ship, so I threw that one on there. Alright, if I pull up here, will it let me hop out? There we go. Got it. Okay. Yeah, remember this place? If you've been following the series, we started here. This is my little fire pit. We got what I believe is the only trader on the world. Timoth. How's it going, Tim? Welcome back, Herbo. What can I do for you? Got anything to trade? So he does have some paintings. And does he have a treasure map? I don't think that's a thing in Homo Sapiens mode. I have some... Yeah, he's got some pretty reasonably priced paintings. Let's get some paintings for the old homestead. Grab some gears here. Oh wait, I've got those on me, don't I? Yeah, I've got those on me. We're good. And then what does he buy? He buys rye bread. Well, there we go. So we can bring him rye bread. Any kind of bread, flax or rye, spelt. So if we want to get some paintings and whatnot. Got some shoes. Do I not have shoes on? Do you not spawn with shoes? Let's get some shoes. And I've got my homespun shirt, which is fine. He has a Squire hood. Yeah, we're good on that. And then we've got the homespun pants, so we're fine on clothing. I didn't realize we didn't have shoes, though. Interesting. So we have an underwater painting. The wolves howling. Prey. Like a rabbit. That's 7 gears. 8 gears. I kind of like the fish painting. Look at that. So that's a total of 10 gears. And I have 17. I have 7 gears left. Should I go ahead and get 2 paintings? Nah, we'll save some gears just in case. Alright. Buy, sell. I don't think I have anything I want to sell him. Right? Yeah, he doesn't take feathers. Alright. There we go. Now I have some shoes on. Look at that. Running around barefoot this whole time and didn't even know it. Alright, did I leave anything up here in your containers? I don't think I did. Nope. Didn't leave anything here. Alright. Thanks, Tim. It is coming on dark. Let's see how much further we can make it before darkness falls. Let's get that put in there. We're not going to be able to do anything with the feathers, so we'll put those in there as well. I did remember to bring a bed this time. We got a little fire made there. Alright, we need to sail off to the north, right? We need to go, yeah, way up around here, up past there. So let me, I'm going to unpin him. We'll go ahead and pin this cave entrance just so we have kind of a reference point on the mini-map. To head that way. It's lovely weather for traveling. If you're from Scotland. It's a little island out there, so yeah, so let's kind of go to the skim the side of these and then up past on the left of that island. I'm gonna make my way up there in the rain downpour. And I'll see you in a bit. Well, it's taken nearly all day, but we're almost there. We just have to sail around this. Here's the narrow passage. We can start to see a little bit of stuff. That's an unfortunately shaped island. I'm thinking I might check out this little place here. We'll grab a night's sleep and then head out in the morning. See where this goes. Looks like we got a little bit of a lake here, another narrow passage. In fact, I'll just go ahead and mark that as such. And we'll see what's on the other side of that. Oops. I think it's the Dana Tweaks mod has a auto walk. Super handy. I was sitting here holding W. Sailing. I'm like, wait, don't I have an auto walk? Yeah. I think by default it's the V key. At least that's what it's set to on mine. Just push V and sail. Alright, let's find this passage. Here's where the lantern on the boat's going to be handy. Even if I pull mine out, it's not really that much brighter. So. See what we got back in here. We got a little narrow passage, that's for sure. And then, do I have... Yeah, I've got my bedroll on me. So since this is about a day's sail, I might want to build just a little quick shelter here. With some packed dirt. Hopefully there's no bears in this narrow passage. It is narrow, just enough room to squeeze through. And is that the... Oh, that is a little island. Wow. Any place that looks a little more inviting for a quick shelter. It's getting kind of dark. I think there might be some beach up here. Maybe not. Is that dirt? Or I can't tell if that's dirt or stone. Yeah, I think we can put in right here. Make some kind of a little shelter. Hop out over there. Ooh. There we go. Let me out finally. Oh, that's a cave. Maybe this is not such a great spot. Can I set in there, please? Ooh, berries. Been a while since I had some berries. Let's chow down on those. I did bring some wine and some honey for that fruit replenishment. There we go. I guess you have to get close enough. Yeah, that's the giant cave. We don't want to set up camp next to that. Well, let's go over here on this little, I'm not going to say what I think it looks like, but let's set up camp here on this peninsula. Bonk. There we go. We sailed through the second narrow passage. Got it. Okay, this is just low fertility soil. Alright, and we're in shale biome. Good to know. Oh yeah, you guys can't see. Set my lantern down there. Alright, I'm going to make a little line cabin here. And sleep through the night, and then we'll continue exploring in the daytime. Alright, it's a bright, beautiful day, especially compared to yesterday. Let's set sail. I got in the wrong seat again, didn't I? I switch seats? Nope. Now hop out. Need to get on that seat. There we go. Alright, we have a nice, big, beautiful ocean over here. Oh, this opens all up. So there's this little narrow passage, but all we had to do was go around the island. Well, now we know. I want to head pretty much east. Looks like that shale turning into something lighter. Maybe I should have done some prospecting along here, but I want to sail while we got some good weather. See what we got up here. If it wasn't so darn cold, this would be a nice place to settle. There's some nice landscapes around here. But I definitely want to explore to the south. and find a different biome to live in. I think that could be fun. Yeah, I'm curious. What is this rock over here? Let's just take a quick look. What kind of sand are you? Doesn't want to tell me. Oh, it's more granite. Okay. There's plenty more where that came from. So really this is a big ocean, and this just kind of juts up into it. Have an island over that way. An interesting shaped island. And more rain. Alright, I'm going to say at least and see what I run into. Where the music's going. I don't know if that means anything, but... This is a nice low island. I'm going to do a little prospecting here. It should in theory be easy. At least easier. Stop off on Birch Island here. And get out. There we go. That medium fertility. Yeah. I had that pop-up turned off because it's kind of annoying when you're on the boat. We got some granite. So we have a different flower growing there. And going through my food. Can't quite finish that off though. And we'll take some cranberries for the road. Yeah, want some medium fertility. Alright, let's do a little prospecting. How far down do we have to go? About that far. Okay, we need 1, 2, 3 in between. One, two, three in between. Right. 1, 2, 3. Not much over here. Alright. Now we know. And it looks like it's pretty much birch bushes. Actually, I'm going to take some of these. These will be good for decorating around the house. The little forget-me-nots. Oops. I just destroyed that flint by planting the flower on it. Oops. Might need that for a knife later. Take some of those. Have a cave here. Do. Oh, I forgot my lantern at the line cabin. I gotta go back before we get too far away. Yeah, I left that in the cabin like a goober. Alright, I'm gonna go get my lantern and we'll continue exploring. A little ways east of where we prospected. It looks like bauxite over there. Go give that a gander. It's one of those high kind of rock wall features. It's fairly uniform. It's interesting looking. So we got the fog moving in. The Farseer mod, we do get the distant mountains, which is pretty cool. I haven't noticed that much of a performance hit running that. I do have a fairly beefy machine, though. Yeah, that's looking like bauxite. Which is interesting. We have bauxite closer to base, but it never hurts to know where some more is. And there's this nice flat plain here. I do a little more prospecting. Some caves back in that wall as well. Yeah, pretty sure that's bauxite. Might be something interesting at the interface of those rocks. Is this a shale biome, maybe? Yep, shale sand. Alright, let's mark the boat. Boat. There we go. Stick a pin in it. Oh, I can probably undo the line cabin now. Since I... Oh no, that's my house. That's home. Got it. Alright, loose flint. Medium fert soil. Shale stones laying around. We'll pick those up and take them with us. We might want to make some shale. Roosters. So we got granite, conglomerate, shale, and yep, that's bauxite. That's what I thought it was. Interesting. Wonder if there's any chalk or anything around here. I don't remember. I can never remember the different kinds of rock. What goes where, but that's, yeah, that's some conglomerate. There's a lot of that back over here where we were sailing, so we need conglomerate. It's a lot closer. Yeah, there we go. I thought we might have some chalk in here. All these different rocks coming together. Does that mark that? No. I don't know how this compares to the pink marble, but chalk rock. Here we go. Now we know. And we've got, yeah, a bunch of the conglomerate. That's probably a decent amount of chalk. We got all this shale in here. Very cool. We got some minerals of various descriptions. That looks like copper. Is that lead, maybe? Not sure, but we can go up there with our ladder and find out. Use the wooden ladder as kind of a temporary. And what I wanted to do was put that there. Can I do that? Nope. Do that. Yeah, there we go. And I don't know if I necessarily need the copper. It is medium though. Yeah, that's not stable at all, so that would probably collapse the whole thing on me. But it's marked now, so that's fine. What I might do is to see if I can work my way over to this and see if that is indeed lead. No, it's just flint. Alright. Thought it might be lead, which I could use for some lead windows as we build out the house, but that's fine. I don't really need the copper, but it is marked in case we want to grab it at some point. Get all the bits and pieces back. And I do have a rope ladder with me. It was easier. Whip that out. Flint is super easy to get, so I'm not even going to bother marking that flint. There is a cave up in there. If there'd be anything interesting up in there to go see. Cool. Bunch of quartz. Bauxite for days. That is looking pretty deep. Don't think I need anything down there. Some more chalk over here. We'll go ahead and mark that. Don't know that we'll need it, but it is marked if we do. So this is the next level up. This is pretty much just shale. That's not what I wanted to do. Come here, you. And I just deleted what I was trying to pick up. Okay, I think this is more of the same, right? This is just more quartz. Yeah, just more of the rock wall. All right, let's head back to the boat. I'm gonna keep on exploring. We got only 19, so I can keep picking those up. I think I've already got some back at home base, but always nice to have some different types of rock for decoration purposes. Ooh, that's a deep hole. Oh, hey, there's a piggy. How's it going, pig? I brought food with me, so you're good. Let's see. Let's eat while we're here. That's only fresh for 2 days, so let's get one of these out. So with these, you have to grab a knife, and then you right-click, get the pieces. In case you're not familiar with pies. I did it again, didn't I? Now I got it. Alright, where are we? If that connects down to the pink marble. Let's kind of head down this direction and see. I'm guessing this probably connects to this other sea. So yeah, we just need to set sail. I'm gonna do some sailing and I'll see you in a bit. Some pretty interesting geology here. See, that's almost like a mesa in miniature. And it's like that all along the shore. Kind of cool. Made it down into, so we were up here, made it down into here. And it's going to be getting dark again. But I'm really interested to see, does this connect? hoping it does. It's a little hard to tell. Looks a little strange because it's coming out of the fog. In the distance there, there's a cave. I don't remember if there's cave density on your world gen settings. There's just, there's a lot of caves. Which I guess is fine. I mean, I live in Missouri and it's full of caves. Nope, it looks like this is not going to connect. I've been over to this and I saw this ocean. So it's interesting to put the two together. But yeah, it doesn't look like it connects. That's a little far probably to make a canal. That'd be quite the canal project. But that's fine. So over... Let's see, which island am I looking at? Over to the right. Or bauxite, I think. See orange anyway. Hard to tell the difference there. Well, I think that is going to be the end of our north and east expedition. We can definitely go further north, but it's just going to get even more cold. I'm not sure I'm super interested in that. But yeah, I think I'll call it here. Not a super exciting trip, but we got to see some stuff. I think our next exploration will be heading southward. So our base is here. This is our home. I probably will go through this canal. And then we need to get just a little bit of a canal built over here. That'll get us over into all of this. And we can see where that goes. I don't know if it's worth just running down here with my raft and seeing where that goes before we get the whole ship through, but I do kind of want to use this canal. And I made it down to here in the boat in the wintertime. So yeah, we'll be making a canal there. I'll probably do that off camera. I've made lots of canals, so it would be nothing new. And I can get rid of this. Could almost make a canal there, but it's not really worth it. We can just go up around. And I'm going to go ahead and actually delete both of these since we don't necessarily need those. That's just an island. So I'm going to probably sleep my way through the night once I hit land up here and head back to base. And I'll catch you in the next adventure. As always, thanks for watching. And take care.